So support is tough. And I'm wondering, can you give us some idea of some of the things that we do to help support our team as they are navigating some of that? What are some of the things that we do just to help them navigate that in a healthy way?
Yeah, the work can be tough. It can be challenging. And I think it starts with the way we lead. And I always try to lead from a place of service to the team. So in my Slack bio, it says my role is supporting the support team. And I mean that because I get it. I've done the work that they are doing. I am doing the work that they're doing a lot of the time. And it can be challenging. It can be frustrating. And it's important, I think, to have their voices sort of lead where we go and how we handle these issues. Their input, their feedback is paramount, honestly, to our decision making. And so there needs to be space for that, for us to listen to their feedback, their frustrations, for them to be able to vent in a healthy way about the issues that they're facing or confronting on a day-to-day basis, whether that's on a ticket or a recurring issue. Space for us to just talk and let it out. I recommend us sharing in that workload. So there's never an expectation that one person must have the answers and must solve it all on their own because they have the expertise. We should share in that. Share what you're struggling with. Reach out to someone in Slack. Reach out to someone on a phone call. And let's kind of hash it out together. Let's work through it. Let's reach out to some other experts in the company to get their ideas. And let's kind of huddle together to figure it out. So you're not on your own with this thing. Taking breaks is also important. Just walk away from the computer sometimes, get some fresh air, do some jumping jacks, make some tea, clear your head and come back to it. And even extended breaks too, after having maybe a challenging week. It's okay to take a personal day, and refresh and come back to it when you are rested and feeling like yourself again. I think it's better for us to have a team of people who feel safe taking time away to rest and recoup and come back when they're close to their 100% than to be at 30% every day and worried about the metric of I have X amount of days and I cannot exhaust those days, no matter what's going on in my personal life. So for them to have that space is really important and to feel supported by us as a collective and to know that they have that freedom. And over time, that's something that I think folks get more comfortable with. All of us who have come from bigger companies that have a more sort of firm structure sort of struggle with that in the beginning of being able to step out of that metrics-driven environment or expectation and realize that it's okay to step away and take a break. It's okay to take a personal day and take care of myself so that I can better take care of the people I'm supporting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's something I think we've all been intentional about, creating spaces for people to unlearn those behaviors, right? And to be okay being vulnerable. And when people knock on my virtual door, right, my virtual open door policy, I tell them, be a burden. It's okay. They're like, I don't want to burden you with what's going on in my head or what's going on. Be a burden. It's okay. Because we can't help you if we don't know. So be a burden. It's okay here. It's okay to drop that wall. I need help. I need some support. I need a minute. It's okay. And I think that because we're very intentional of creating that space and always making sure that our virtual doors are open, that people in our company are finding that time to unlearn and be okay with, this is where I am now. And this chapter is it. Like, I don't have to let those past chapters or those past work experiences define who I am and define how I act and define what I can be.
Yeah. I also try to model that vulnerability too, as I've been on Learning. And so when I'm struggling with something, I'll say it out loud in the Slack channel. I'll reach out to my teammates. I don't feel like because I am their lead, I have all the answers. It's okay for me to reach out to them for their guidance on things too. And that, I think, also encourages that space where it's safe to say, I don't know, and I need help with that.
And I've seen how you guys have cultivated that type of environment and support, so much so that when people are in training, they're like, you almost got to, we got a dog at the back door, and they see a squirrel, you got to hold the dog back, like, come on. And they're trying to run out, and they want to run out. And then and they see the people in support, and they're like, oh my God, look at that community. People, I can help, they can help me. Let me out of this training group. Let me out. Just let me into the real world. Let me into the support, because I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And I think, we were talking about values earlier, and I think that modeling that for your team is a real example of that humility value of, I don't have it all figured out. I'm figuring it out right alongside everybody else. And that, I think, in turn helps everybody else, the entire team, feel comfortable to say, oh, it's okay. It's okay to not have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Because even the leaders don't have it figured out.
You can empathize for that experience. You were
Tell
there.
you what,
Right.
You were the newbie looking around bright-eyed. Like,
I don't know what I'm
happening
doing
here?
half the time.
right.
More than half the time.
Yeah, and you don't need to, because we're all here to kind of lean on each other. Each one teach one. We get there better, faster, stronger when we're doing that as a collective.
It's like when we're generous with our knowledge or something. Greatness happens.
Ding, 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 ding. Love it.
Yeah.